One of the main, I guess, challenges I would say I've experienced is hate, especially being so young on the internet. I got hate immediately. And over time, that's definitely something that's taken time to work on and understand that,
Hi everyone, please welcome Makenna Kelly, a kid YouTuber who started her YouTube channel just over 4 years ago. She now has over 1.6 million subscribers and with over 170 million views on all her videos. Now, I invited her today to share with us what it takes to be a successful YouTuber and what motivated her to launching her channel at only the age of 12. All right, Makenna, well, welcome to the show. First of all, let people know a little bit about yourself, your age, and where you live, etc.
Hi everyone, I'm Makenna. My YouTube channel name is Life with Mac, but my real name is Makenna. I'm 16 years old. I've been doing social media since I was 12, which is a little crazy. I live in Fort Collins, Colorado, which is like an hour north of Denver. And I love doing social media. My main platform is YouTube, and I cannot wait to talk about how I've grown and my little tips and tricks.
Awesome. So what inspired you? Were anyone in your family that were already a YouTuber? Like, what got you thinking about being a YouTuber yourself?
Honestly, like I've always had this passion for posting videos online. I don't remember what age, but I was pretty young and I started my own YouTube channel called Creative Kenna. It doesn't exist anymore. I literally had 3 subscribers, which were like my mom, my grandma, and my dad. And I would just post like random fun videos of me singing or dancing or just showing my personality. And I think like it wasn't anyone specific that inspired me. I think it was myself. I've just always had a passion for showing my personality online for others to see.
Ah, I get it. And so, but then, in terms of making a video, it's not just about shooting the video, it's like the editing, uploading, how did you even go about in doing that at that age?
I have pretty much always filmed on my iPad, and ever since I started, I've been using the same app to edit my videos, which is iMovie, and honestly, it just came kind of natural to me when I started editing. Um, of course, like I'm way better at it now than I was. I would do all these fun filters and like music and text, but I guess it's always come natural to me. I guess I've maybe watched a few videos here and there, but I would honestly just spend hours like on my iPad, like figuring out all the tools on my own. And it's just been a natural thing for me.
Yeah. And so what do you think has made you that kind of person that is fearless? I can already hear from the story, like you don't care. You're just going to start, even if it's not perfect. You're trying it out and, you just give it a go. Like, did you learn from your parents? Were you raised in a different way? Yeah. I'd love to hear kind of the background.
I guess my mom has always taught me like to stand out to this day. Like I mess up when I record videos all the time. Like I'll burp, I'll laugh, I'll do something crazy and I end up just leaving it in there because it's fun. It makes the videos fun and entertaining and it makes it like my viewers realize like I'm a real person. I'm not just like this robot who needs everything to be so perfect. And so my mom kind of taught me to like stand out and like show your fun side. Like you don't have to be perfect all the time. And so when I edit, I just kind of like I don't edit quickly, but I kind of just go through and like leave in the fun stuff and just edit out like if I accidentally like talk too loud or laugh too loud just so it doesn't like disrupt the overall video, but it still keeps it like fun and engaging.
Yeah. So do you think it's also important to be like that so that people get the authenticity of you and not feel like you're so polished and that's why your audience can connect better?
Yes, I think it's super important. Again, I am still only 16 and I'm not perfect in any way. And since I do have like a teenage audience, I think it's really important to show like you don't have to be perfect all the time. I feel like with social media, everyone kind of has this like view that everything needs to be perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm not perfect. And so I like showing that.
Yeah. Do you know how many adults out there need to listen to this message as well? Because I'm in the business world and I'm trying to encourage more entrepreneurs, business owners who are ages between 30 and 50, and yet they're shy. They don't want to, they want to be perfect. And I'm like, just make the videos and you'll get better over time. But they they're fearful. And so it's great to hear from, a teenager yourself that could do it at the age of 12, or whenever you started was but even longer. So yeah, you're so inspiring. So tell me more about then, what's that new channel that you've got, Life with Mac? Like, where did you get the idea from, and what is the channel about?
So my YouTube channel, Life with Mac, I do ASMR on my YouTube channel. It stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. And it basically reminds me of when my mom used to rub my back, or my friends used to play with my hair, how it would give me like those goosebumps. That's what ASMR is, but through a screen. It's meant to help people distress and relax. So that's what I do on my YouTube channel. I was honestly sitting on the couch with my dad thinking of names for my channel. I was gonna do Life with Makenna, but that was taken. I was gonna do Life with Kenna, but that was taken. So Life with Mac was just like the name. And I chose Life with because when I first started, I did like a bunch of random little vlogs about like my day, like going to the grocery store. So I figured Life with would be like, it just made sense. And I've stuck
Yeah.
with it ever since.
And you can kind of grow with the channel, right? I mean, right now you're doing ASMR, but maybe as you grow older, you might do other things that you're passionate about. So with ASMR, like, it sounded like at first it's fun for you, but then it sounds like you're now helping others. Can you tell me, I guess, what motivates you to keep going with, building your channel?
Yes. One of my main reasons that I've continued social media is because I've helped so many people. Again, ASMR just is super relaxing for a lot of people, and it helps with depression and anxiety. I've actually received a lot of messages saying I've helped people with their anxiety and everything like that, and that just means so much to me. Um, and just being able to help others means the world to me. I'm like all about helping other people.
Mm.
Um, and even like, well, I do some non ASMR videos, and some other teenagers like to just watch that and realize like I'm still just like a normal person who loves to do makeup and all these other different things. And I just love being able to inspire others to either create a channel or just show their like personality, like be yourself.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. And so describe your ordinary day nowadays. I mean, how much time do you actually spend doing YouTube? How much other time do you live a typical life of going to school, etc.? And is there anything else that you're doing at the same time?
So I would say like a typical day for me is actually pretty chill. It's nothing crazy. I try to upload 2 videos a week and like 1 or 2 Instagram pictures. And usually now that I'm on summer break, I'll wake up, take out my iPad whenever I'm done getting ready and film my video, because usually the day before is when I'll plan what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna wear, which doesn't take much time. I usually just have like a bunch of ideas ready to go for my YouTube videos, and my mom typically helps me. So I film in my bedroom on my iPad still, and so I usually have everything set up. I'm actually in front of the windowsill that I film in front of right now, so everything's pretty much all ready to go. And I would say editing and filming takes at most an hour, which is like not
Mm.
a lot of time at all if you think about it. So since I film like 2 videos a week, I would say like 3 to 4 hours on editing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what's involved in making a YouTube channel successful?
There are so many tips and tricks that I've come up with along the way. I would say like when it comes to equipment, having good lighting. I used to film really bad videos because they weren't in good lighting, and that's why I always film my bedroom. It's because it has the most lighting in my house, and that's super, super important. Um, Although I film on my iPad, I think it has great quality. I have filmed on a camera before, but I love my iPad because it's easier to edit on, and again, it's still pretty good quality. And since I do ASMR, I have a microphone, since ASMR is kind of quiet and just, you know what I mean? Just quiet and like collective, I guess you would say. So I have a really good microphone. I've had it for years now. It's kind of expensive, so that's one thing I've had to invest in over time. But good equipment for sure. And again, I've said this a lot already, but just like showing your personality and being in it 100%. I've totally had days where I'm not feeling my best, and that's totally okay. That's normal. But I'm not gonna film a video because people will notice that like first thing, like, oh, she's like not feeling good, she's not ready, and so I'll wait to post a video because if I post, it's like all or nothing.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess in now that you've been doing YouTube for a while, like how long did it take for people to actually find your videos? Because YouTube is like a Google engine, and it sometimes it deters people because it's like, oh, no one's watching. I can't, my videos are not found. And so, when did you actually start to see that it started to get some traction?
Yes, so uploaded my first video on November 11th of 2017.
So cute. You
Um,
still remember the date?
I do, yes. And I would still upload like all the time, but I would say like beginning of summer of 2018 is when my channel really started kicking off. And that's because I posted this honeycomb video that ended up going viral literally overnight, like completely random, like wasn't expecting it. And I remember like waking up in the morning and my channel was like growing by like thousands, like when it came to subscribers and likes and views. And I remember like going up to my brother and telling him like, oh my gosh, like I just gained like 100 more subscribers in 10 minutes. And I remember just being, it was like so much for such like a little girl. And it was my dream like to become a YouTuber. And so it was awesome. Everything became like so random, but it definitely happened in the beginning of summer in 2018.
Yeah.
And it was overnight. Whenever people ask me like, how did your channel grow? It was completely random. And
Yeah.
it's
But I guess
crazy.
you were consistent, right? You were posting and then one video kind of took off, but then you continue on posting. So it does take dedication, and it's not kind of like lucky overnight and then you can sit still, right?
Yeah, since that video was ASMR, I've continued ASMR because that's what people were liking. That's the video that went viral. And I personally enjoy doing ASMR. I still enjoy doing ASMR, and I don't want to just like quit. You know what I mean? Because that's what people are watching me for, and that's what made my channel grow. And I've continued that ever since.
Yeah. So you kind of found a niche that works for you, that you enjoy, and then it benefits people. Are there any other benefits that you've found now that you've been a YouTuber? So, for example, are you earning money as on the YouTube, what do you call it? The Google paid, do they pay you? Forgot what the word is. And anything else that's benefited you from as being a YouTuber?
Yes. I when I first started my channel, it started to grow in 2018. Money wasn't coming in like the second I blew up. I ended up moving across the country with my mom, and about like a year later, I would say, is when I got monetized on YouTube. She helped me with that. It
That's
was
the word,
definitely like
monetized.
monetized. It was
Monetized.
definitely a little while later, and it took some time to set that up. But I do get money from YouTube now, but I also do brand deals with companies, and that's mainly through YouTube and Instagram. I also do modeling. I really enjoy modeling as well, along with YouTube and being able to travel. I've also met a bunch of new friends through social media, which is a good thing because although I go to public school, I have my friends at home, but they don't really understand the whole like social media thing. So being able to make friends who do social media is just a completely different experience. And so being able to travel, meet new people, modeling, and turn it into a job have definitely been some of like the key things I've gained.
Yeah. Yeah, and exactly. I mean, I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I found you on YouTube, and that's the power of YouTube. And you got to laugh at this, but my husband found me on YouTube over 10 years ago as a stranger, and then we met for a business meeting, and then we got married in 8 months. So I always tell people like YouTube is amazing, except that I didn't stick with YouTube. It was so hard, I did a video and I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. So I haven't
Yeah.
really done much until like recently, but that's just how magical it is, just being able to, connect people. I even became a Christian last year because I found a video from a pastor and I was not a Christian. And I'm like, wow, YouTube is amazing in that way. Now, talking about all the fun stuff, what are, I guess, the challenges? We want people to really know what it takes to be a YouTube. So can you share some challenges, things that you have to do in order to be where you are?
One of the main, I guess, challenges I would say I've experienced is hate. Especially being so young on the internet, I got hate immediately. And over time, that's definitely something that's taken time to work on and understand that, like, everyone who does social media is going to get hate and you just have to ignore it and move on. You're not going to please everybody. That's not possible. So you just have to learn to be the bigger person and not respond. Of course, when I started, it it hurt my feelings because I was so young and I was kind of new to the whole thing and I didn't really understand, and people would make fun of how I looked and how I talked and how I dressed, all of this stuff. But then over time, I've learned, like, I'm still me, like, I'm okay, like, my life doesn't affect their life doesn't affect mine, and I'm happy, I love who I am, and I just have to learn to ignore it, and that's their own problem. They got to deal with it. So definitely hate. And then I would say another one is being so young. It definitely limits you on what you can do. Since I do modeling, I can't, and brand deals, I can't sign contracts because I'm not 18. And that's where my mom comes in because I I've grown, I'm 16, but I still don't understand, like, the whole money thing and how it can really benefit me for my future. And so that's where my mom comes in and helps me with all of that, because I'm so young and I still don't technically understand money in, like, the real world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is such good points. And I had goosebumps as you're talking about the hate stuff. And I can just, because I have a daughter who's like 9, and yeah, I'm also encouraging her to get into social media. And people do tell me, kind of warn me, like, why are you putting her out there? And I guess they just don't see what we see in that that's just what the world is. And if you want a stepping start to the future, this is what you need to learn, right? But people are like, there's all these negative stuff that comes with it. And I just feel like you've matured a lot from it. Do you feel like all this has really made you grow up and you're more, rounded? Yeah.
Yes. Well, even with the hate comments, I would honestly say it's made me more confident. I guess I would say because once you learn how to push through all of that stuff, like, it just makes you a better version of yourself. And because, well, people who don't do social media, of course, everyone can get, like, hated on, and, like, people can say rude comments to whoever. But, like, since I'm online and everyone was, like, viewing my stuff, there were so many more comments that I've never actually experienced. And so I've just, like, again, I also have matured and have grown into a young lady, I guess you would say. So I've just learning to ignore that has made me, like, a more confident person, and has made me grow much more than I feel like I would have without social media, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly. And, the skill set in doing YouTube, Instagram, that's the payable skill. So my company, we actually help businesses grow with their social media, etc. And so we hire people to do work for businesses. So the skill set you're developing, you don't realize, but you're actually building up those skill set that is actually very hireable out there. It's a lot of businesses don't know how to do social media. So yeah, you've definitely built that there. Well, I'm going to ask you the last question before I let you go. I guess, how do you see yourself in the future, in 5-10 years time? What's your dream?
I see myself still doing social media. Again, it came up so randomly, like my viral video, but of course I was like 12, so I didn't really have an idea of my future then. But I definitely want to continue social media. It's something I really enjoy and really want to continue. I can't really imagine myself just quitting one day and never returning, you know what I mean? And I enjoy doing YouTube, but I also love doing modeling, which has been an experience because of YouTube. So I also see myself, like, modeling and being able to grow on that as well. So I can say, like, I can see myself continuing social media and take it by ear and see where it goes.
Love it so much. Well, everyone, please check out her channel. We'll leave all the details on the video as well as on the description. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you.
Bye.